Hello friends, Sarah Sunstone here, bringing you the latest gaming news with Sunnyside Up. Today is August 20th, 2025. Starsand Island shared a new trailer at Gamescom, showcasing all sorts of exciting new features coming to the game. Plus, there's actually an update on the release window, so stick around until the end of the video for all of the details. As a refresher, Starsand Island is an upcoming cozy life simulation sandbox game set on a charming island where you can take on different professions, including farming, ranching, crafting, fishing, and even adventuring. You can also befriend or fall in love with the locals, visit the mines, customize and decorate your home, adopt animals, and so much more. This game is super feature rich, and I've actually had the opportunity to get my hands on the gameplay early, courtesy of the team, so I will have some videos linked down in the description for your reference if you'd like to see more. Now let's talk about all the new features that were revealed in this trailer. First up, we get to see some outfit presets, which is always a really nice quality of life feature. So it looks like you'll be able to mix and match not only different clothing items and accessories, but also actual character customization options and save those as presets that you can probably switch between much more easily and at your leisure. Also, just to quickly follow up on my last video about Starsand Island, I've yet to see any official clarification on the extent of character customization that will be available, but of course, I will keep you guys in the loop, so please make sure to subscribe to the channel with your notifications on so you don't miss out on anything. Next up, we got to take a look at some farming tools for likely a later game farm. This includes a tool that you can use to till the soil, along with some sprinklers, and even a peek at some giant crops. I do want to clarify that this isn't a farming simulation game, it is a life simulation game, but you can farm in it. However, as I previously mentioned, there are other professions that you can take on, like raising animals, crafting, fishing, and more, so you don't have to box yourself into just farming. Then we got a peek at some more animal interactions. So here we can see the player character actually playing with this adorable kitty. You can also pet the animals. And we got to take a look at some of the adorable accessories that you'll be able to get for your pets. It looks like there will be some full-on outfits and then also some cute little hats. In the earlier shot of the player's farm as well, we can also see one of the puppies wearing a cute little bandana. And in case you're unfamiliar, the way adopting animals in this game works is you'll actually just run into them, like out in the wild. It could be a puppy, a cat, a capybara, maybe even a squirrel. And over time, you'll grow bonds with them, similar to like how you would for other NPCs. With the animals, you'll pet them, you'll give them little snacks, and then you can unlock more interactions the more hearts you get with them until you can ultimately adopt them. And then this is when I imagine you would also be able to get those cute little accessories that they can then wear. Now, this game also has a ton of different mounts. There are skateboards, there are scooters, motorbikes, cars, like tons of stuff. But here we actually get to take a look at some new ones. So we get to see this really cute ostrich, which actually has also a little chicklet on its head. Looks so cute. Then we also get to see this beautiful, magical looking deer just prancing through the forest, along with a horse. And it does look like we'll also be able to jump when using these mounts, so that'll be a really fun and efficient way to get around. I'm hoping we'll be able to collect multiple mounts if we so choose, because honestly, I don't know how I would possibly decide. The trailer did also share a little sneak peek into the arcade, and here we're playing a game called Foodie Bara, where you're playing as this capybara, eating watermelons, getting longer, and I imagine trying not to collide with yourself. Very reminiscent of Snake. So it does seem like there will be a variety of mini games to enjoy within the game itself, which is always super fun, and I can't wait to see what other mini games there will be at the arcade, and also if we can win any prizes or currency through playing them. Here we also have a look at some of the ranching mechanics. So this player character is feeding the cute little chickens and chicklets. But one new thing that is really interesting is it looks like we might actually be able to play music for the animals. I'm not sure if this is just for the trailer or if this will be a feature in the game, but I think this would be very charming if it were a way that we could grow our bonds with our ranch animals. And I did also want to mention that here we can see some different color variants of both the sheep and the ostriches. So love that little touch too. I think it's always fun to try to unlock different color variants of different animals in these games, so love that. It also seems like they're revealing a new biome here. We can see a family of adorable pandas snacking on some bamboo shoots, and I had no idea pandas were going to be in this game, so I'm totally here for that. There's also this beautiful pond, some lovely lanterns, and a bamboo boat. I'm not sure if we'll be able to use this bamboo boat ourselves or if this belongs to one of the NPCs. I actually don't even recognize these characters here, so I'm very curious to learn more. But I love how this is looking, and it's nice to see another kind of environment that differs from what's been shown to date. I also just want to say that I absolutely love this shot of the characters hanging out with their animals by the fire while the fireworks are going off in the background. It looks so peaceful and so adorable and charming. They also showed off some fish tank customization, and I have played around with this a little bit in the build of the game that I have access to. As I previously mentioned, this game is super feature rich, and there are so many areas in this game where the developers just go the extra mile and add so much detail to the different features that they have. So you don't just have a fish tank that you can put fish in, you can also customize it and like in a very detailed way. So this is pretty cool. I'm glad they showed this off. You can precisely place individual pieces of like coral and starfish and such, and then you can choose which fish you want to have in that fish tank. So it's very cool and very customizable. There's also different sizes of fish tanks. So yeah, sort of feels like sky's the limit here. And then honestly, the part of this trailer that I was most excited to see was our first ever look at boathouse customization. So this was unlocked as a stretch goal with the Kickstarter, and it is so nice to see it actually already being developed, and it looks phenomenal. So not only will you be able to have your farmhouse, but you can also have a houseboat. And it seems like you can really make it your own by placing all sorts of different furniture pieces, both inside and out. This includes umbrellas, lounge chairs, planters, string lights, even fun little rides. You can even build your own water slide that you can actually use. And it does seem like you might be able to actually build out your own pool space as well as the house portion of the boat, because here in this user interface, we can actually see what appears to be some different water blocks. And there's also other categories for like the walls, the door, the windows, the roof, all that good stuff. So yeah, it does seem like this is really going to be quite customizable beyond just placing decorations and furniture and actually extending into building. So yeah, I cannot wait to have my own houseboat, definitely equipped with both a pool and a water slide. I absolutely love how this is looking, and I should note, it does actually also look like we will be able to swim. So that's very fun, because you know, you actually cannot swim in a lot of games, but with a pool and a water slide, I feel like it's a must. So that's an overview of all the new features that were revealed in this trailer, but we also definitely have to talk about the new release window. So according to this trailer, Starsand Island will be releasing on PlayStation 5, Steam, and Xbox Series X and S in spring of 2026, which is at least a few months later than what we were initially expecting, just based on the previous shipping schedule that they shared for Kickstarter backers. Now, outside of this trailer, they haven't made an official announcement yet at the time of recording this to state officially that the game is technically delayed, although we do know the previous roadmap was simply an estimate, simply a guideline, and was not final by any means. So I'm not surprised if this is an official delay, and honestly, I am actually happy about this. I have been really impressed with how polished the beta build of the game that I have access to is. However, with all of the lovely, ambitious features that they are adding and still have plans to add, I would definitely like to see them take their time with it and not rush out a finished product. So I'm personally more than happy to wait for this, especially because it really seems like it will be worth that wait. Well, there you have it, friends. That's the latest news from Starsand Island. Be sure to share your thoughts with me down in the comments. Which newly revealed feature are you most impressed by, excited for, curious about, anything and everything? You know I always love hearing from you. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and until next time, take care.